the time when battles raged over such tiny blips, such sinking ships, such useless worry that would define my time.
We've seen the swell coming from probably about a week ago, and I was actually lucky enough to get on last minute, and you know, the swells were looking massive.
So it's early start this morning. We're off to Fiji. I think we were up around 3:30 this morning. Just final checks on forecast and a few last emails. So here we are, ready to check in for what could be an amazing trip to Fiji. Let's do it.
Off to Fiji, gonna go surf Cloudbreak. It's been talked of the biggest swell ever, but you know, you hear that a lot. Sort of shit myself, but we've got another day of preparation, so I know, see what happens, see what we're in for. Scotty's sort of the man out there at the moment, and I know hopefully he frosts me up to catch one, so just have to see what happens.
Well, we're here in Fiji, and we're here to chase one of the best looking swells that has been forecasted for a while. He thinks he's in Bali. Hey, Mikey! Hey, man.
Yeah, the surfers on this trip are classic. I was actually at the South Coast with Dean Bowen before this, and yeah, we scored some super fun waves. You know, not many people out. And then Mikey from Tassie, the guy's hilarious. He doesn't let the truth get in the way of a good yarn sort of thing.
What Scotty tries to work on is sort of that, you know, hardcore surf group, people that want to go and surf good waves, not people that want to stay in luxury resorts. And you know, everyone's here just to surf. They're not here to lap it up in the pool and that sort of thing. And you know, they're all great guys, and you know, you can ask for a better crew to travel with.
Cloudbreak's definitely a big wave spot, an open ocean wave, a lot of water moving.
It's almost like two waves from what I can work out. There's the inside part of the reef that breaks up to 8 feet, so you know, it can be 2 foot to 8 foot. And then there seems to be this outside section that seems, I think it would pretty much handle any swell that's thrown at it. From 12 feet, 10 to 12 feet and above, that outside section really starts barreling and creates some excitement.
It's similar to Tahiti, just the whole setup, but you know, it's probably an easier takeoff, but it's not as thick as intense, but it's 4 times as long. You know, you have the risk once you take off of not coming out of the barrel most of the time, and you know, you really got to be on your game. You want to go, but you want to pull back, and you know, you got mixed emotions about it, really.
It's pretty much the biggest, most perfect paddle wave there is on the planet. Last September I was here with a few of the other Aussie boys, and we're the only Aussies sort of here for the swell. Last September we saw it, and yeah, the second day of the trip was solid 15 feet with 20-foot sets coming through, guys towing, and it was the first time I'd surfed Cloudbreak. Same with Laurie and the other boys. They hadn't really surfed there either, so it was an eye-opener for us, and I managed to get one wave that was pretty much the best wave of my life. Hands down, it was the best wave of my life.
I think Scotty really set that benchmark where, You know, there was people towing, but no one really wants to see the tow these days. They want to see people paddle in the perfect good waves, and I think that was, you know, taking it to the next level before paddling jaws and all that sort of stuff.
In Fiji, very hot.
We just spotted a sled in the rafters. We're not sure how good it's going to be, but figure it's worth a crack, you know. Might be a safer option than trying to pick the guys up on the back of the ski without one, so we're going to put it on and have a look. Give it a go.
Oh, yes! I just talked to a few of the experts, had a look myself, and if all goes to plan, hopefully it'll be 20 foot. And, yeah, get some bombs and see what happens. I've never been here, so yeah, it's new, and I'm gonna have a little look at it before to work out what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's looking pretty big, so just yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's just the size is real big and just hollow the whole way. Just hope it's not crumbling. So. I don't know, it sort of looks hectic trying to pull into those pits and then have them crumble on you, sort of, it'd be sick to just like,
Come on, boys!
See what happens.
Already pumping off its head, so I can only imagine what's going to happen today. It's going to be amazing.
Pretty much straight into it this morning. You know, the swell hadn't really started hitting till about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then there was a period there for about 2 hours where it was just all time, no wind, and everyone was getting like 15-foot barrels. It was crazy.
Well, my baby won't stop till she hits the mark. Only our souls in a rhythm clock. Can't you see she'll never need to stop? Only her need for my heavy flow. Hits to my brain as a penny drops. Only feels right if we need to stop. Hits to my brain as a penny drops. Only feels right if we need to stop. Only feels right if we need to stop. I'm gonna do down straight with a rock and roll. Only thing my baby being ready for. Gonna tell me that you don't have the time. Thought she said it's supposed to be a friend of mine. Hits to my brain as a penny drops.
I've never really surfed Cloudbreak before, and that was my first introduction to it, and I've seen some waves today that I thought looked fake. It was crazy.
Feels right if we need to stop. Yeah, let it go. Only one need for my heavy love.
Definitely wasn't in the best shape for this trip, but there was no way I wasn't coming, and wanted to give another crack. And first day out there, took a drop and made the drop, but straightened out and jumped off to the side, landed not awkwardly but just with a lot of speed, and 99% sure I've broken my ribs on this side. But what was more painful was sitting in the boat watching for the rest of the day. The only thing that really was good was to watch the boys get some bombs.
I got a taste, I'll ever stop. Now I got a taste, I'll ever
had a 6'10", and I mean there was guys out there on 10-foot boards, and you know, I thought, what the hell am I doing out here on a 6'10"? When that one came in, I knew it was going to be good because you could feel all the water drawing off the reef, and it kind of does this big slurp thing. I'd waited like 2.5 hours for that one wave. Got a really good paddle into it. The drop was quite steep, but I just knew once I made the drop, I had to get going. You know, it was just running so fast. As soon as I set my line, I just looked at it, and the whole wave just bends when you're inside it. And I was like, it was crazy. It was just so big and round, and I just couldn't believe how long the wave actually barrels for. Like, you're in it, and you're like, oh, sweet, like I'm in a massive barrel, but it's crazy because it actually runs for like 200 meters, and it's fucking huge.
Oh my God. 6'10", perfect.
To be able to get, you know, one of the best waves I've ever had in my life was just the icing on the top, so I was stoked. After that wave I looked behind and I seen Bruce just on this massive orange board, it honestly looked like Chopu, but just running for like 500 meters. And he just set his line, and I thought he was actually going to make it, but his board was a little bit too long. I think it was like a 10-foot board. He snapped all his other ones, but just to see everyone, you know, everyone got crazy ones. There was really bad wipeouts. People were getting held down for 2 waves, and everything was going on. It was amazing.
This morning I woke up and I mean things are still clicking in there and it's still painful. I took some drugs and thought, you know, I'll give it a crack because it's not every day you're in Fiji and it's not every day Cloudbreak's like that.
Obviously we were pretty surfed out, but the second day was still really big. Obviously it wasn't perfect conditions like the first day, but there was still some really big waves, and you know, there's definitely some guys getting some good rides.
Into the dawn, into the dawn. Oh, when the black dissolves today and the darkness fades away. Oh, when the night is gone.
You know, he was popping the painkillers all night and had a few beers, and I just told him, you know, you got to get on the rope and, you know, feel it out and see if you can actually surf.
I thought I'd have a go, and it was good. We had the ski there and had a little tow. Got a couple, nothing special, but it was just good to get a couple of waves.
Until we learn to keep our memories of the day.
He just toughed it out and paddled back out and got a wave and got flogged, and I mean, it was just great to see, you know, pretty much to see nothing was going to stop him trying to get a good wave.
Oh, I was down for a while then. It was a touch and go, yeah, it was gnarly.
Oh, when the night is gone, don't tell me now you walked away. Don't tell me now you walked away. Oh, when the night is gone. Oh, when the night is gone.
The boys all gave it a good dig, and they all gained something, you know, like I did last year.
Yeah, this trip to Fiji has been amazing. The waves, the conditions, all my friends surfing in pretty much the best waves you could possibly ask for. If I see another swell, I'm definitely coming back, and I mean, to catch one of the best waves of your life, you'll be hunting that for the rest of your life till you're dead, I guess.
Nick got probably one of the best waves of his life. Hippo definitely got the best wave of his life. Dino probably stood in the biggest barrel he's ever been in before. Mikey probably took the biggest drop and wipeout he's ever, I mean, when you talk Cloudbreak at 15 foot and over, things are going to go exponentially good and exponentially bad. That's just the way it is. You reckon those guys nuts swing a bit lower or what?
When you say swing lower on the wave?
You know, they got big balls.
Oh, hell yeah, cojones, yeah. Oh, huge, yeah. They, I can't even imagine what kind of cojones it has to take. So we saw the Slater. He gets picked up every time and comes out. Kelly, you got to paddle your own way, buddy. Anyhow, everybody else does have a lot of cojones out there. So, all right,
Kelly, you're all right, man.
You're all right, dude. You're good.